Alright there, my name's Tagg, the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth, and I've got some more ranked gameplay for you today, as well as some fun public games as well, guys. But first, let's just deal with the title of this video. The Loba main, honestly, look, I don't think this is going to be as big an issue to some of you as it was to me, but I think teamwork is paramount in solo queue when you're trying to play ranked. Forming a bond with your random squad, or at least trying to get on the same page, is something I'd consider, you know, pretty important, especially early games. So as far as I'm concerned, what I'm about to show you, to me, is a scumbag loot move, and I was extremely annoyed on behalf of my teammate, and the thing that really grinds my gears is the perfection of the timing made it even worse. So here it was.
I shot down a cargo bot.
Pathfinder shoots down a cargo bot, and then the voice line came in that, you know,
Friends, I've got a vault key.
perfect early game loot for all, right?
Hide the ring. Let's go this way.
Well, as Path ran towards the vault, Loba dumped down her black market and seemingly waited. The doors opened,
Mama's got a brand new bag.
and she yoinked the gold body armor, and yeah, she could have just taken it before the vault was open and smashed her black market for doing it, but the fact is, this was sheer calculated greed. We all knew we were getting into a vault, right? But to time it so just when the doors open, the armor swap happens instantly. I mean, some of you will take the Will Ferrell approach from Anchorman after his dog Baxter eats a whole wheel of cheese and then pooped in the refrigerator. You might just find yourself impressed. Me, I just hope that somehow this was an unfortunate accident where Loba had no sound, they were listening to music, they didn't have any clue what was going on with the vault. Of course, I've had worse teammates, like the troll Crypto and married his drone and then teased the res by flying up and down near the beacon. If you've not seen that video, I'll link it at the end of this one with the end cards. But Loba's cold black market swipe, it just somehow rubbed me the wrong way here. Oh, what did you expect, Ragtag? She's a professional thief. Yeah, well, Pathfinder was a professional window cleaner at one point. You don't see him avoiding combat to don his squeegee and clean the glass panes of Olympus. Actually, no, wait. Maybe that is why he grapples away whenever I need him. Anyway, if you've seen anything in the game that's made you raise your eyebrows off the top of your skull, do leave a comment below, because I would like to read your states of astonishment and incredulity to vindicate my feelings of being the only one that's witnessing such acts. And with that in mind, let's move on to some gameplay, starting with the public warm-up, which shows that when a team says nothing, they can be of completely different minds. And if we just all use the microphone more, or, you know, as soon as we start with the combat or whatnot for simple callouts, myself included, I'm so guilty of saying nothing, these random games, I think they would hold such an advantage. Hot dropping into Fight Night can be extremely tricky, especially if you're like me and you don't enjoy getting punched out. In fact, who does? But me particularly, I feel quite triggered by it. So being Octane, this was going to be a good start, because you'd have to catch me first. However, my teammates were getting punched. But in my haste to stay close to them, shut your mouths, I got a peacekeeper and I was ready to use it. Phasing into the void to avoid another 18 damage from my peacekeeper, the wraith dipped. However, as a freshly crowned Octane main, I wasn't going to give up this chase so easily. Then I was about to learn one of the most important Octane main lessons. When engaging in high-speed adrenaline-fueled pursuit, don't lose your prey. Get lucky instead, like me. At this point, we were fairly sure we were the kings of Fight Night, but of course I was wrong, because right next to the ring, there were more opponents.
Heads up, we're not alone. I just gotta patch myself up. Hang on.
I made the decision to fight.
Hey, mira, got some enemies right here.
Oh, folks, does this look like a fair fight? They say yes, no.
Come on then, Loba. I'll get to revenge for your thieving. And then I changed my mind, because me and boxing, honestly, it just doesn't work out well. I'm out of there. And I didn't want it to quite go like that, but I didn't know about the jump pad there. Look, will you stop judging me? I'd get her my own way. And that way was in my hemlock. Yeah, you're gonna tell me about aiming down the sights now at close range? Worked for me though, didn't it? And I got gold for my trouble.
We're not the first to run through there. Got company, and they're not here to sell. Reloading.
Once we'd taken care of business, I wanted to continue on to Turburn, where I'd spotted potential action, but the contesting of the boxing ring wasn't over yet. I'd have to be swift as the wind to prevent an unsavoury third party from wiping out my new friends, and speed, well, that's something we can do. Then, a feeling was rising inside that we should just move on. I can't explain why, but not knowing where anyone else was and feeling perhaps like I'd pushed my luck far enough in this zone I wanted to leave so badly, I pinged up the hill. Besides, if they pushed, we could possibly shoot down on our enemies from above, but it didn't matter. Our team had locked eyes on their opponents, and I thought, you know what, fair enough. Everyone dies sometimes. It may as well be today, with a crocodile skin hemlock in my hands and a thermite. Now, it's important to remember that if you heal your shields inside the ring, you're not going to get shot at. This seemed like the safest thing, but apparently, I was wrong.
Challenger when you need 'em.
No HP, guys. Go on portal, go on portal.
Ready, set, go.
What are you doing, guys? He's low. I take use portal for you, guys.
Bam! There goes a booze.
Oh my God.
Something like that.
It's alright, man, I got you.
Lucky us. We're with the new kill leader.
There's a lot going on, you know?
Go covering me and I lose it.
There's a bloodhound coming. I felt bad for our teammates, so now my primary and only mission was to protect this resurrection and get my friend back to his box.
Reloading. Give him my shit to recharge.
Yeah. I got bamboozled. I got so bamboozled, look, if you're a Mirage main, then I hate you with the heat of the burning sun whenever you do your ultimate. I don't know where to shoot. Wraith was getting shot at. I could not let them go down again. We'd lost our Mirage, but I was not about to let our Wraith spirit get crushed completely, no matter the cost.
Down that one.
Got one spotted.
Then I remembered the most important thing about being an Octane main. Don't wave to your enemies while you're healing your shields up. They had the high ground. We had the idiot ground. That game might have been over, but I learned a lesson. And this final game I'm going to show you is a lesson that I have previously learned, and I'm glad to share this one with you today. Midway through this game that I didn't record until I realised way too late, I guess, we found ourselves in fragment, enemies surrounding us, round 3. This was about to get interesting. Fortifying ourselves on the rocks as if we thought we could play AGLGS. We got hit from behind. Rampart down. This looked like it was going to end badly, or I was about to get 3 more assists. But then something else happened. I wanted to know how hungry these guys were to thirst their kill. And it turned out
Spotted. Double timing it.
they were ravenous.
Oscar Mike. I'm spotted. Taking fire.
Recharging my shields.
Reloading.
Full sending it into the face of the Pathfinder left me vulnerable, and Bloodhound was smelling my tail. I have to confess, I didn't like it.
Give me a sec.
The R99 failed me. I swallowed a sack full of buckshot. It was down to our own Bloodhound to finish this off. This selfless Rampart begged us to run, but we would not be leaving our teammate, and it's just as well, because we were going to need them for the fight to come. But what I didn't need was for Rampart to remind me how to do my job.
Smoke out.
As we moved across the ice, Rampart pinged me a Kraber, and I was happy to take it. However, not been having much luck with the gun recently. In fact, you could say we're not exactly friends. However, with us in Overlook and getting the prime position with Rampart and those beautiful arm covers, we realised Bloodhound had no intention of taking the high ground. Perhaps they thought it was overrated, so we had to cover them. Then I was about to discover the horrible truth. The Kraber and I, we're still not friends. I'm almost saying, hey, shoot me, I don't care. I can't hit my shots. Yeah, pepper me. And the enemy obliged. This was starting to look bad, and Valkyrie flew in to finish the job. Rampart sacrificed herself. But this sacrifice was not in vain. But I couldn't finish. Look, I realized no one else could get up in time, so I just did a finisher. The position was secure. Rampart and I still were in a shot of winning this game, and round 6 was going to close soon. 2 shots left on the Kraber. We could make one of them count with this lifeline care package. Okay, look. We were done with the Kraber now. There was only 1 shot left, so we swapped it out for the Mastiff. But then the final ring began to close. And as the ring started to close, everyone started to panic. And this is the one thing I've learned about Apex Legends. The final ring takes quite a while to close. You see that timer there? 1 minute 37, 36, 35. Plenty of time. But my enemies, they didn't have the advantage of a gallery seat view. So we could sit and watch and wait.
Come on in. Old Painless is waiting.
The creeping barrage did its job. And then it was just us and them. These final moments gave us a chance to pick up any last-minute loot that we needed. With 55 seconds left on the clock, we had to decide when to drop. It would have to be soon. And when it did, we didn't know if it was 2 or 3 or 1 enemy left. You don't need that shield battery, bud. I decided to put down my smoke because we had to go. And then I found out they had a Revenant ultimate. We might have to kill them twice. That's if we didn't die first. Yeah, and now Revenant has had to learn the harsh lesson that I also had to learn in the final ring. Is that if you place your totem outside it, when you get sent back, you get incinerated beyond recognition. It's a closed casket, I'm afraid, my friends. But we're happy to take that word. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really enjoying playing some ranked because, well, let's face it, teammates in public games, they don't seem to be happening all that often. Anyway, take it easy. Catch you on the next one. There might be some jelly tag very soon. Later.